Good evening, everyone, and it's good to be back on the Rabbit Hole Show. We missed last one, but first I want to start off by saying Happy Birthday, America. We hope that everyone had a safe day yesterday and enjoyed some fireworks and some cookouts and a good time with family and friends. Secondly, as some of you may know, we canceled the previous show because we lost someone dear to us, very dear to us. I won't go into detail, but I will say that I think it's very important to try and be there for someone who is having mental issues. Check up on people. Give them a call every chance you get. Vince was an extremely intelligent young man, a gifted mechanic, a damn good comedian, a very caring soul, and like a son to David and I. We want to thank you all for your prayers and love. We will see you in a minute. Still going. Reconnection successful. Okay, we're good.
Just gonna wait just a second.
Let it catch up.
Successful connection. Chat disconnected. Hey,
We're back.
it is back on.
Okay.
So, good evening, everyone. And yeah, like Lisa was saying before the intro, just make sure you're checking in on your friends. A lot of times it is something that is silent. It creeps up on people. So just make sure you're checking in with people. It's there's more people struggling than you think. So.
Yeah. But apparently, these days it's a pretty big deal. You know, back when we were growing up, we didn't hear of that kind of thing very much. So just check on people. Give them a call every once in a while. Love them as much as you can.
No, exactly. So I was Chuck's in the chat with us. So
Okay.
and if we do get disconnected, just wait and we'll
Bear with us. I
we'll
mean,
come back.
well, it's weather and that kind of thing, so it
So.
will knock you down every now and then.
But yes, happy birthday, America. 250.
50.
Uh,
Amazing.
very, very huge milestone. And had a lot of fun last night with some good friends and watched a lot of people spend paychecks worth of fireworks. That's a lot of money.
Well, we were supposed to go to Alabama, but I wasn't feeling all that well, and there's a thunderclap. I wasn't feeling all that well, so
Lisa said audio's low on you.
audio is low on me.
Yeah, just bring your mic closer.
Okay.
The mic, not the camera.
I thought the camera had a microphone.
No, you.
Oh my goodness, what am I thinking? Oh my God, I'm scatterbrained, y'all. Just don't pay attention to me. Okay.
That was good.
Whatever. Okay, in the chat, am I okay now?
Yeah, much better now. Well, hey guys, it works better when you have an actual microphone.
I know. I don't know what
I've done it where the microphone will be sitting over there next to me, and because hey, it is what it is. Happy birthday, America. It's
Well, as I was saying, like I said, I wasn't feeling very well, so some friends of ours that just live a half a mile down the street, we went there and, I spent a little bit of time, but I actually went home early and Dave went back, so that's what we did, so. But yeah, Lots and lots of fireworks going on. And did you see what Tokyo did?
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was pretty cool. I thought that was really cool.
Very, very cool. Lots of support, you know, and the cool thing about it was is a lot of people are over here for the FIFA soccer.
Yeah, and I've been seeing videos, speaking of these people from Europe, you know, they didn't want to go home.
Yeah.
You know, one of them was even crying. He didn't want to go back home.
Yeah, because he wants free refills.
Well, yeah, but they were all saying how kind Americans are, and for the most part, that is true.
I liked it. I've been hearing a lot of people saying what we thought America was like.
Well,
we've been lied to.
Their media was telling them that. Their media was telling them when you get over there, it's going to be really dangerous.
Well, there are some places that are, you know, but they happen to not be in those areas. And it is isolated. I just think it's very cool that they got to experience America the way we do, you know, on a daily basis. That's what's so cool about it, you know. So, yeah, the drone displays, they were awesome. You know, they've done a lot with that. You know,
that was awesome, and it wasn't only Tokyo. There were other places celebrating America's birthday.
Well, you know, to be quite honest, everyone benefits from a prosperous United States. I mean, this
is true, but, you know, I watched another video where this one guy said, I find it ironic that, you know, like 80 years ago, we you know, bombed 2 of their cities, and now they're celebrating with us.
But, I mean, that's what America does.
But at the same time, you know, I say that's because that has a lot to do with leadership.
It does.
With the leadership that we have. So that's just my take on it.
So, but no, since tonight we really don't have much of a topic, which is fine because we never stay on topic anyway.
No.
We'll have some of the best laid out ideas and topics set up and everything ready to go, and we will not follow that whatsoever. So, it's more or less turning into just some good rabbit holing from all of us, you know. So, but a couple things I was wanting to talk about. One, we've having some crazy weather here recently. You know, check your grounding on your antennas, and you know, have your flashlights charged up. Again, I wish I'd have brought them in here, man. Again, I have fallen victim to the Duracell Optima batteries. 4 new brand new packs that I had stored away, and they're only maybe 3 years old. They're supposed to be 10 years storage.
Oh, you don't have them, do you?
I do. They're sitting in the other room. But
you can go get them. Where are they?
Unopened.
Where are they? I'll go get them.
They're actually sitting on the countertop back there.
Okay. Countertop.
Next to the pegboard.
Oh.
Yeah. When you walk in on the right. Brand new in the package. Cellophane isn't even opened, and you can see where those batteries have taken a dump inside the package. It just battery acid and corrosion, and they're brand new. So Monday I found these Friday.
I found them.
Yeah, they're quite crunchy. Hold on.
They're not pretty.
Let me try and get this where the camera can focus.
That's gnarly.
So you can see how they have all just expanded, exploded. Now these were kept in the original package. Okay, good. I was waiting for the camera to show. So, in the original package, inside the house.
And they're supposed to last for 10 years.
10
right?
years shelf life.
And you only had them for 3.
3 years. You know, so how old are they? I want to take some pictures of it before I open the cellophane and get the date off of it, because I mean they may be another year old when I purchase them, but regardless, they're still only half life. But it is happening more and more with these Optima batteries. So, and we all go buy these big 48 packs of batteries thinking, okay, we're doing our prepper thing. We're buying the batteries, and we're gonna keep these things stored up. Go make sure you're going through your storage and checking out your stuff. What is it Ed saying?
Oh, I find that a good word or complaint on their X account gets a quick reaction from companies that when they realize.
Oh, that all X users see it.
Yeah. Okay.
I would try that to Duracell. There you go.
Yeah. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you. But I mean, here we are. We're trying to be, prep savvy and have these batteries set up or stored away, for the long term. And which I know I've had batteries that have reached the 10-year mark, and they were just dead. They didn't, dump their guts like these. Now, the Optima batteries are designed for extra power. They are for high drain items. Now, they may say that there's only like an 8-year shelf storage, but still, regardless, the thing about it is it's happening way too early on these batteries, and I bought them because they're supposed to be better. But anyway.
Well,
I brought it up before in a couple other rabbit holes.
Because it comes in a pretty package, and they use 50-cent words on the package to make you want it. Doesn't make it a good product.
Well, my thing is I've got this 8-pack here, and I think it was like $12 or $14. So I'm out that money, and of course the batteries. So I'm quite disappointed with them. Energizers, I have not had an issue whatsoever. So, but in all honesty, I'm finding out that a lot of these batteries are manufactured in the same place.
Yeah, they are.
So,
it's the same as, like
the Kirkland brands are same as.
Well, it's like the same thing as like canned goods, like Del Monte, and like Great Value. They all come from the same spot.
That's it, Ronnie. You're right. It's all a big money game with our money. That's 100% it.
That's true. That's true. That's a whole nother rabbit hole all by itself with the money fraud.
Yeah. So check your storage, check your batteries. Even though, like I said, they've been stored at room temperature inside the house, factory packaging, and they still had problems. Well, the thing is that you want to make sure that it's not going to damage any other things that are stored with them.
Right.
I'm going to suggest make sure that you have your batteries in a separate storage. Don't have them in the same box as your medical stuff or whatever. So check your inventory. We are having quite a few storms pop up here soon, so it's good to keep, some of these things on hand and go through your things. The storm prep it seems like it's year round now. Just the same as anything else.
Yeah, it's like everything else. It's one thing after another.
It is. Have you got anything?
Me? Not really.
All right. Well, Lisa's going to be showing me how to do some short videos, and I'm going to start getting these reviews out that I keep talking about. We've got some flashlights. We got, Lisa's EDC bag, that Obscura. She's got that. And how are you liking that?
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it.
So that is made by a company called Savior. So look them up. Very, very good quality stuff, and I know it's made overseas. It is what it is.
Let me go get it.
But it is very high quality made. Haven't had an issue with it, and she's carrying it every single day. So we're going to be doing a review on that because we've been trying to figure out a way to get her to comfortably carry and organize her daily carry stuff. And it's worked out pretty well. It's a very well structured bag. It's not like the one she had before, which was like a burlap sack purse that had no structure.
I hated it, and it hung down. It's like this. It's like a shoulder.
A sling bag.
A sling bag.
Uh-huh.
But it would hang down like way too low, and of course I have things in it, that made it a little heavier. So it.
Well, you can show.
After a while, it would hurt my back. So this one it slips on so easily, And let me move the microphone. I don't know if y'all can still hear me, but I'll try. But in the front pocket is what I use to keep my wallet, my notepad. I can put my phone in there. I don't have it in there. I took it out. I took my knife out. My knife goes in there and all that kind of good stuff. But if you need to use this thing in a emergency situation, there's a handle right here. All you have to do is pull. And there it is. All ready to go.
And because it's so well structured and well made, it doesn't flop around. It's designed for that. Mm-hmm. And it's gray. It doesn't look too tactical.
It's got a front pocket here, which is where I keep my key. I can put other things in there, chapstick, whatever. But it just opens up so fast, And the good part about it is when if I do open it, if I do have to use it, I'm just going to open it up and nothing, because everything's in this front pocket's all zipped up. It's not going to fall out. So
right.
I've got my gun right here, and I still get to keep my stuff that's not going to fall over on the ground. So
you're not doing a loot drop as you're drawing your firearm.
Yeah, so somebody can't just come up and pick my wallet up off the floor, So, and it's comfortable. It's very comfortable.
And it's ambidextrous. That's on the back of it.
I can, if I was left-handed, I would take this and flip it over to this side, but I'm not left-handed. I'm right-handed, so I'm leaving it where it's at.
So, very cool bag. I'm glad we got that for her. So we're going to do a little better, more in-depth review with some close-up pictures of how it organizes on the inside, where we got it, and go from there. So,
I believe that was our first review.
Well, hey,
Sort of.
we may even do that where we sit here and figure out the cameras and things like that, and may have just a Sunday night review.
That pull could have been a little bit smoother, but I'm not strong, so it takes a little bit of elbow grease to pull on it.
And you want to.
In a pinch, if you got adrenaline running, it's not going to matter. You'd be able to pick up a car.
Oh, well, you want it to have some resistance. You don't want it to be so easy where you bump it and it opens up by accident. And
no, it won't come open unless you pull it. That's what I like about it. And like I said, it's very comfortable.
So another thing that I am experimenting with, it is a holster company called C&G. It's an inside waistband holster.
Okay, C&G. Now I got to pull up a.
It's your typical Kydex, but I like this one.
Whoops.
I do have to. I'm going to get rid of this belt clip because it's on the outside.
What's it called?
C&G holsters.
C&G.
C&G.
Oh, and G.
They are made in America. It says it right there. So I'm going to get rid of this clip here. They got two smaller metal clips that will go for the belt, and I think that will be a little better. We'll see here.
Okay, I'm working on pulling that up.
Yep. So I'm starting to daily carry this. And they've got some very cool ones. This one is for, how does that Kydex hold up in the body heat? Great. Haven't had an issue. I carried this thing for 14 hours yesterday, and 100-degree temperatures. I was out in the sun the entire time. Haven't had an issue yet at all.
How come it didn't show?
Um,
Oh, hold on.
so no, it works out really well. It's got a little flex to it, but that's fine. They actually have these springs in there that when it keeps tension instead of those little rubber washers like everyone else has had. It keeps tension when you go to adjust your retention of your firearm. So, and for the people, it is empty, it is free, and yeah. So,
Here we are. Hold on, Dave.
it locks in very well.
All right, I'll just cover myself up.
And it locks in very good.
Okay, so CNG holsters. Well, they got a lot of good stuff.
They got a wide assortment of them. And of course, this is to take the 43X with the Streamlight HLX.
How does that Kydex hold up in the that heart is covering up in the bloody heat?
Yeah, so it does. Like I was telling, it does very well. I was carrying it, well over 12 hours yesterday, and I had no issues whatsoever. So this one is for the Streamlight TLR 7 Sub HLX, which is 1,000 lumen light, which I believe that all EDC guns should have lights because if the power's out in the house, even during the daytime, it can get pretty dark. So it's just my thing. You do you, I'm doing me. Mm-hmm. This will be another review I'm doing soon. So I had been carrying a Glock 45, which is a 9mm that has the 19 slide with a 17 grip, which is a 17 round magazine. This one with the new Glock 15 round factory magazines for the 43X. These are the hottest things, and you can actually see, I don't know, maybe a little shine going. You can see the Glock logo. Mm-hmm. These things are nice. Slide in and out very easy. They are very hard to obtain right now. So if you're carrying a 43X, think about these mags. It may take you a little while to find some. I found mine in Texas. There was a 55-gallon drum of them, and there was probably a line 15 deep of people going armpit deep grabbing these things.
Really? How much were they?
They were roughly $30 a piece, which
that's not terrible.
It's not terrible. Standard Glock magazine is $25. Mm-hmm. But so I've been carrying that Glock 45 for the longest time. This 43X, in the way it's set up, I have the Aimpoint Koa, the TLR7 Sub, and I've got the Shield Arms mag funnel on there. This thing is 8 ounces lighter than my Glock 45, which I said is a 17 round everyday carry gun with a Streamlight TLR1 HL flashlight on it and the Vortex SCS MOS optic. So optic flashlight gun. So comparable optic flashlight gun. 8 ounces lighter. And it's extremely thin. Mm-hmm. So, matter of fact,
cute.
that is, Lisa is also carrying the 43X. So weight does matter when you're carrying it all day.
It does. It does.
Yeah, I got you, Ronnie. I mean, Chuck. Yeah, they just came out with them. And, the Glick. So they.
Sorry, Chuck, I'm gonna be laughing. Happened.
So they just released these, and a lot of people are saying they believe they're made by Metgar, which makes most metal mags for a lot of high-end people, including I know Kimber, Staccato, and some other ones. Metgar makes a lot of mags for a lot of really high-end guys. But yeah, 15 round standard capacity magazines, not high capacity, standard capacity factory magazines. So check it out. And I think that they are. I've been carrying the PSA Palmetto Armory Dagger mags because you didn't have to change the mag release like you do for the Shield Arms. So for a lot of people that don't know, the 43X, if you wanted to use the high capacity magazines from Shield Arms, you had to change out the magazine catch to their proprietary magazine catch to work with their magazines. If you used a Glock mag in a gun that had the Shield Arms mag catch, it would eventually chew away at that little indentation on the magazine. So just something to think about. Yes, it will work if you had the Shield Arms in there, but this means you don't have to change the factory part out. You can keep your gun factory, which a lot of people are big into that for EDC carry. They don't want to alter their firearms that way, and just in case there are certain lawsuits that have happened that the person defending themselves got questioned, why did you modify your firearm? So you look that up. That's I'm not even going to get into that because
it's stupid.
It's stupid, and I'm not a lawyer, and yeah. So yeah, but yeah, CG holsters, I'm digging it. As soon as I get those new belt clips, I think that's going to be a winner for me. And if anyone knows me, it's these things are it's like my pants. I don't go anywhere without your daily carry. I just don't. So
well, nobody should.
I mean, that's
unless
just,
you're a criminal and.
That's just all there is to it. And that's the reason why I'm a huge proponent of the optics. Well, I wear glasses. I can't see the darn sights anymore. That's just a fact. I can't do it. And I want to be able to accurately take care of any situation.
Get the message?
Oh, just checking. I was charging, in case we lose power, I need to charge my phone. So, but yeah, I think, we can get going with some reviews. Here, maybe in the next rabbit hole, we'll just sit here and do some cool reviews. Because I got some pictures of where my Olight flashlight, the throw, how far the beam goes from work in Texas. So I can have you put them up on the screen, and we can just have a good time with it. But
yeah, well, things have been kind of crazy around here. I mean, I've been wanting to, do some more how-tos and DIYs and stuff like that. But like I said, it's just been. It seems like it's just been one thing after another here lately, and but we are going to move forward and get going on those types of things, So, because, I mean, I've said over and over and over to people about the garlic infused honey, and I've never showed anybody how to do it. I told them, but I've never shown it. A lot of people are like me, and they're visual learners, so, it's something that I really want to put together on a video, that among other things, and I haven't done a will it freeze dry video in a long time, so I'll need to come up with something kind of crazy to put in the freeze dryer to see if it'll work. What you looking up?
Comments.
Oh, I'm not even looking.
No, that's fine. You were talking, so.
Okay. But yeah, I'm having a brain fart right now. So, I guess when it comes to home remedies, you know, a lot of things you can use natural herbs to help with whatever kind of problem you're having. One herb sticks out in my mind that is an absolute powerhouse. Whether you make it into a tincture or you infuse it with olive oil, or whatever, and that's oregano. Oregano is anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, anti this, anti that. Like I said, it's a powerhouse. One thing that made me think about it was just yesterday. I was talking to a friend of mine who's going through. She's having urinary tract problems, and oregano oil is good for things like that. And it's not one of those things, you see, because when we go to the doctor, they give you a pill. You stub your toe, you get a pill. You get the sniffles, you get a pill. It's just an ongoing, another one of those money-making things that, big pharma, blah, blah, blah. But, a lot of times you can make your own medicine with, if you have like just a small herb garden. I haven't done any gardening this year, but I have this big, huge, it got really big, this big, huge oregano plant and I planted it last year, and I was surprised that it lasted, So today I went out there and I picked a couple of the stems off and tore the leaves off, and it's a little bit of not a real big process to make oregano oil, but you have to, if you're using fresh leaves like I did, you have to heat the oil, the olive oil, just a little bit. You don't want it to boil or get too hot. You just want to simmer it for just maybe 2 minutes, and then put it in a jar, and then one way you can do it is put the oil in a jar and have it already in the jar, and just kind of put the jar in simmering water for a couple of minutes, just to kind of get it warmed up a little bit. And then you put the leaves in there, and the warmth kind of brings out the oils in the leaves. So, and then you want to cover it. I got mine covered with a coffee filter in over the jar with a rubber band around it, and put it in a cool, dark place for 6 to 8 weeks, and you have medicine. It's very easy to do. It's very, very easy to do.
So how long has that been growing out there?
Since last year.
With no...
I haven't touched it. Because I pulled it. I after, I haven't even pulled anything out of it. All the like the tomato plants and the cucumbers and all that. I mean, they just died and fell over. But like I said, with everything that's happened like last year and this year and everything, I've had no motivation to get out there and do anything with it. But that oregano just wouldn't stop. So I'm thinking, and I almost pulled it up, just screw it, I'm pulling it up. But I didn't, so, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't. So I'm going to try to use it up and make medicine with it, so everything for a reason.
Well, that's it exactly. Like you said, we've almost pulled it up a couple of times to get that garden back to the way it's supposed to be, and adding the dirt and getting it,
well, there's lots of things that
conditioned.
There's lots of things that you can do naturally to revitalize the dirt and get pH balances correct and everything. You can use dried eggshells, coffee grounds, vegetable scraps. Don't put any meat in there, obviously. But, things like that. What else? There's something that I learned not too long ago, and now I can't think of it. But anyway.
Coffee grounds, eggshells. I mean, there's
connected again.
So.
No, it's connected back. Okay.
Did we lose them?
No, we're still going.
Oh, okay. I
still
started to say I didn't see
It's
anything.
the weather.
So,
But yeah, so
power's flickering.
we might have to make this a short.
Well,
So-
we'll see. We'll keep going as long as we can go.
Well, I mean, I don't want it to just cut off, because I like to say bye to people, not just hang up on them. What else you got, Dave?
Well, I'm going to run through my normals. I want to make sure I'm saying this as much as I can. Now is the time, like we were talking about the magazines. These are perishable items. We hold on to them. We covet them like
They're perishable.
a forever good. Sure. Springs wear out. You lose them. You drop them. You can drop it and break the base plate. You need to have extras. I mean, that's just all there is to it. And also, too, I like to have enough to where I have a set number of mags I have for my EDC. And then I'm not one of these guys that changes out my stuff a whole bunch. But about once a year, I'll take the ammo out of it and swap it over to some other mags and let those rest, clean them up, set them off to the side. But you need to make sure you're having extra stuff. The ammunition is one of those things right now. If you're into Subsonic 22, subsonics are very hard to come by right now. Well, I say that they're hard over here in this area where I shop at. Preparedness Depot, plug. So,
Hey, Wes.
yeah, they've had not so much as issues. It's just everybody's buying them right now. With the tax stamp going away, with some of the
Welcome in, Chad.
hey Chad, buddy. With the tax stamps going away, a lot of people are buying suppressors right now. So then
and it doesn't, isn't it? It doesn't take like 6 months to get it.
Sometimes it has taken up to 3 weeks to get it. Some people are longer because they may have something going on with their trust or whatever else. They've been coming back as fast as 48 hours. So look into that.
That's great.
Yeah. But everyone's getting a 22 can because they are the cheapest. You can find them for about $250, and they're the funnest. You can actually get something that's, kind of quiet, So that's why Subsonic 22s are kind of getting hard to come by. But you need to be finding some ammo. Ammo is one of those things that I tell everyone you need to you need to continue to buy ammo. And here's my thing too. I'm fixing to have to buy some self-defense ammo. I have
What do you mean self-defense ammo?
the hollow points.
Okay.
The self-defense ammo. I've had mine for a very long time because some of that stuff is sometimes double or triple what standard target ammo is. So I hold on to that. I do practice with my everyday carry ammo. I do. I find the oldest ones I have and I go shoot those up, but you need to be rotating that stuff out. Another word to the wise that if you have a round, your top round in your magazine is usually the most abused round you have because you keep rechambering, chamber that round. You need to unload your gun for a reason. You put it back in there, you chamber it. The more times you chamber the same round, you will get bullet setback where it pushes the bullet head into the casing. Now, there's been a whole bunch of people who will say, well, you got to buy different ammo. It won't do that. It won't do this. They all do that. I mean, that's just all there is to it. It's because that round is hitting the feed ramp as it enters your barrel. So look at that, because what happens, and I'm not going to get into a whole bunch of detail here, and there's going to, if anyone's going, well, that's not right. If that round is pressed back into that casing further and further and further, it's going to create more pressure, and you have a chance of that round malfunctioning, having an overpressure when it goes off, and can hurt your firearm or you. Do I know this for a fact? Sure. I've heard it enough times that I know that it isn't an issue where you
Well,
can.
it's a possibility.
It is 100% a possibility, But look at it, and the way you can know is take out some of your rounds, line them up on a countertop, take a ruler and put on top of the rounds. If you've got one that's not touching the ruler, they're all supposed to be the same. If you've got one that's not touching the ruler, maybe you need to discard that one.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What's the proper way to do that?
So just a.
What's the proper way to just dispose of it?
Oh.
Throw it in a lake.
Yeah, well, there's some ways to it. You can drop them in a.
I don't want to throw it in the garbage.
No, you can drop them in a wine bottle or anything else. You figure out how you want to dispose of them. I have a way, but my way may not be your way, so we'll just run with that. But yeah, check that out because that is a real thing. Bullet setback is real, and it does increase the pressure of that round. Which makes sense. Those rounds are, manufactured in a certain way that little bitty explosion in there, it causes that little piece to fly down the barrel. It's all set up like that for a reason. So, what is it? Palmaster Armory makes a micro dagger that's the same size as Glock 43 and uses a 15-round mag. You're right. More bang for your buck. They are accurate and reliable. Correct. I have a micro dagger, and I have the micro dagger magazines, and they work very well. If you can go online and they'll sit there and talk about, mine suck or mine are the best or whatever else, and your mileage may vary. You're going to find people that will just want to hate on Palmetto Armory.
Why?
Because sometimes their quality control is not as good as some of the others. But I will tell you this right now. Palmetto Armory is actually keeping up the Second Amendment fight. They are. You can say what you want to about them. I do know that it does hurt local gun businesses because Palmetto Armory is able to, buy things by the pallet.
Yeah.
Just the same as Walmart is. Any large corporation does that. What Palmetto Armory has had an issue with is their quality control. They've had, some ARs come back with loose gas blocks and loose barrels and things like that. So you just need to know what you're getting and then understand what you need to be looking for if you get one of those. But I've got the dagger. Bob's got a dagger. That's what Lisa's carrying. They work very well. I would not hesitate with carrying one of those at all. So
speaking of Walmart, you mentioned Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know what Walmart's doing right now? I don't know if it's in every one yet. Have you seen those digital price tags?
Well, like the QR codes?
No. When you go and look at an item, there's a price tag right there on the shelf. It's not. They're turning them into digital. Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah. This one lady, I saw a video. This one lady, she was in there to buy her kids some shoes. And she found one pair that was on sale for $3. The regular price was like $19.95. I'll just say $20. But it clearly said on sale for $3. And she had heard about these digital price tags, so she took a picture of it, and she put the shoes in her cart, and then she went up to the cashier, and by the time she got up to the cashier, it rang up as regular price. So in other words, I've heard, so many different things. Like, it depends on if the store has got a lot of people in it, they'll raise the price on everything like a few cents. And if the store's not very busy, they'll lower it, or it depends on the time of day or something like that.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, y'all can look it up. It's just,
Well, it says that Walmart is currently rolling out the digital price tags to replace the old paper ones. The plan is to roll them out in stores across the U.S. By the end of the year, Walmart isn't alone, though. Grocery giants Kroger is also beginning to experiment with this technology also.
and a lot of people are really pissed off about it because, when you see a price tag, that's what you want to pay. And not only that, I've seen videos where, like, now we don't buy meat from Walmart, but there's been videos where this guy had a pack of ground beef, and it said it weighed like 4 pounds or something like that. I'm just going to say 4 pounds. And he put it on the scale, and it was way less than 4 pounds. It was like 3.5 pounds or something like that. So, and I know it's not the packaging.
No.
The packaging doesn't weigh that much. So they are absolutely kind of price gouging, in my opinion. So I don't know what is going on with Walmart, what they think they're going to accomplish, but a lot of people are catching on to it, and if they don't.
Yeah, so here it is right here. The dynamic or surge pricing concern. Problems with digital price tags in grocery stores. One of the biggest worries is the ESL, which is what electronic shelf label is what they're called. Enabled dynamic pricing where prices can change instantly based on demand, time of day, competitor pricing, or even shopper data. This could lead to unpredictable price spikes for essentials, like milk or bread, especially during high demand periods or emergencies like weather or snowstorms. Lawmakers, including Senators Elizabeth Warren, Ben Ray, and Jeff Merkel, have warned about the potential of predatory surge pricing that could strain household budgets. So just look that up. It looks like there
and
may
not
be.
only that,
And how long before someone hacks them and just starts putting everything for 25 cents?
I'll be there.
Wink, wink, nod, nod. No one do that.
Yeah. But not only that, they're not only changing the prices, but when you go to the checkout, they're keeping track of what you're buying.
Oh, wow. Ed just said, I saw that on YouTube. They can use the NFC, which is what your phone is emitting from it. There's a lot bigger things than that, but it's making a signal on your phone to automatically adjust the price based on the customer that is near it.
Yeah.
A sneaky way to charge more for items.
Yeah, that's what they're up to no good, for real.
So I need to get like an old school Nokia phone that doesn't have all that stuff. I mean,
and use that when you go shopping.
Yes.
Or just leave the phone at home.
But man, wow! I'm gonna have to look that up, Ed. Thank you. There's a lot of ways out there that we're gonna fall behind. That's just all there is to it. Where it doesn't take much for us to be behind the 8 ball.
Well, not only that, I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I probably did, but oh well, I must say it again. At some gas stations, when you take the handle out and you put the handle in your car to pump the gas, when you go to put the handle back when you're done pumping gas, they have a screw in there somehow or another that it's still charging your card.
It doesn't end the transaction.
It doesn't end the transaction. So I've seen a lot of people get really pissed off about that.
Well, the way around that is to whether you get whether you need to get a receipt or not, you wait for it to come up with a prompt that says, "Do you want the receipt?"
Well, no, if
I know,
the transaction is going to keep on going,
no, agreed.
You're not going to get that.
If it doesn't come up and say that, then there's a problem.
Well, you could see the screw right there.
Well, 100%. What I'm saying is don't just hang the pump up and leave. Always wait for the
Oh
prompt.
yeah, yeah,
That way you
yeah,
know the transaction is complete.
yeah. Because once they figure out that we know about the screw in there, I don't know how it works, but
It,
they'll
it,
come up with something else.
it's on the web. It's on the internet. Look it up. You'll see what they're talking about it. So you can keep up with it. But yeah, it is a thing. I've seen it, and you just need to be aware.
Of everything. I mean,
Well, you need to be looking at the we've talked about this before about your card entry point. You need to make sure that it uses Bluetooth on your phone and is called surveillance
oh
pricing.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Wow.
I've heard that term.
But yeah, you need to be checking those scanners too at the pumps, because they can get your information from there just as fast as anything else. We're getting to a point where technology can work in your favor. It can work against
to
you.
me, it's getting out of control.
It is. It has been
And
for a
it's
long
just
time.
a baby right now. And it's just out of control. There's too many possibilities to where it's going to end up to where now I don't know the companies that are making all these AI things, but we probably sue them all we want, but we probably get nowhere.
Well, there's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on. They're talking about a couple of data centers that are wanting to come up over here in Paulding County. The citizens are talking against them. But unfortunately, I will tell you this right now. It does not matter what you as a citizen says. You can't stop it.
Well, the problem with those is that they use so much energy and so much water. How are they going to do that and still... I don't understand.
Well, do your own
Because
research. And
they use so much that... I forget what state is it. I think it's in Utah. They built one next to a small area of residence, but it took all of their water. Their water pressure dropped to nearly nothing.
Well, look it up. The problems with data centers, and I do understand that they're no matter what we say or do, that these things are going to happen. And the reason I say this is I'm not being complacent. I don't like them. I don't like AI. But the problem is that they are good for taxes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really where it boils down to. And, for, the ones that want to sit here and complain about the things that are in your county, it boils down to the city or county government is what allows for these things to happen.
Well, and see, this is why local elections are almost more important, than state or federal.
They are.
But
we know somebody that was on a city council for 16 years. And
he
no matter
probably the only sane one.
Well, no matter
with
what
common
he
sense.
did,
I know he was
shot down.
he was just bulldozed every time.
He didn't want the flock cameras to be in his community. He was turned down on that. He was overruled, or
outvoted.
outvoted. So and that's another thing too. A lot of people do these flock cameras. They just pop up. No, they don't. They get voted in. There's a lot of things going on right now with flock, and you need to look on the internet and do your own homework on that one. There's a lot more than even I understand, but there's a lot going on with them, and we're having some issues over here in some other counties where they have been misusing them. It's even in the news where some departments were
Stalking.
using them for stalking. So they're they're using all of this as a test run for digital ID and total control. Stay tuned. That's right, Chad.
Yeah.
Ronnie, you're
Unfortunately,
right. They already have all your information. It's who and when they want to use. They can drain us at any time. So here's the thing. This could be a serious rabbit hole, but there are means for them to, like they said, there are means right now for all of a sudden your bank account happens to go to zero. Everybody wants to put some type of trust in the system, and I agree. You should be able to trust the system.
well, yeah, that's
But the thing about it
because
is,
we're supposed to be the boss.
well, we are. I want to say a lot of things.
We'll say it.
There's some properties in D.C. that we actually own as being a citizen and a taxpayer, and we can't even step foot onto that property. We have representatives we can't even speak with that are supposed to be representing us.
And that's both federal, well, all three, federal, state, and local.
Well,
They get on their
Hey.
high horses and think that,
I think a similar situation happened 250 years ago. Just saying. Anyway, look at your local government. The local elections are very important. They are. Go to your city council members. Go to your city councils. Go look. Go sit into these things and listen to what's going on. That's when you'll find out what is proposed to be being built in your county. Oh, we're going to build a 2,000 unit multi-tenant property over here. And instead of just driving by going, oh, when that happened?
yeah.
Well, no, go to the council. And you can stand up. Now, whether they'll listen to you or not,
They ain't going to listen to you.
they ain't.
I mean, but
But it gives you a little inside information when you go to these things, and then you get to question them. Hey, why are you allowing this when you're adding
you would get some people on the council like our friend. Now but they're so few and far between that will listen.
Well, and that boils down to why are you going to add 5,000 more housing availabilities without doing anything for the infrastructure?
The infrastructure, yeah.
I
mean, they just build these things up without considering the infrastructure, and then they have to, after they do get it built, the infrastructure starts to slow down a little bit, and then they realize, okay, we need to expand it, and then you got road work for 10 years.
Right. And going back to like the flock cameras, in concept, in theory, absolutely, they're a great idea. What they were designed to do was to, and I may mess this up, but it's attract some bad dudes. But the thing about it is there is very little oversight of who gets that information from Flock, which is a third-party entity.
Oh, and there was this video I saw. This guy went to a council meeting and was telling them that he got a ticket for like running a red light or something. It was nothing big, but he wasn't even there. It was somebody who looked like him.
That false identity
with with a similar car,
mistaken identity.
Yeah,
and he can't get it off his.
He can't. They said that he had to call Flock, whoever makes Flock cameras themselves, and in the meantime, if he didn't pay the ticket on time, he'd go to jail. So that's a huge problem.
There's some things going on with it, and just do your own research into it, because there's a lot of details I'm leaving out, and there's some details I don't know. But there are issues with them. There are. Have they done good? Yes, they have. Has the government actually been there to help you and save you? Sure. at one point in time. But is that always the case? No. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's just
Well,
a
I mean,
fact.
I know there's pros and cons to everything, but these flock cameras, there's a lot more cons than pros.
Yeah. So, and
So-
there are a couple other things that I know about flock that I don't want to say on here.
Can you hint?
No, not even.
Must be something I haven't heard.
I'm,
Now you've gotten everybody curious. That's not fair.
flock cameras are they can be used for bad in a lot of other ways than what has already been done.
Okay, we'll ride with that, and you can tell me later.
Yeah. So especially in today's world. So just I don't like it. I think it's an invasion of privacy.
Yes,
Even though they have done good, my privacy trumps that. Now everyone will say, "Well, you don't have any privacy. Look at you. You're doing a live stream." Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that, but you're only finding out things about me and what I say to you right now. Mm-hmm. That's just all there is to it. So
Well, I mean, if you really get down to it, there really isn't that much privacy anymore.
there's not, and
Especially with all these smart TVs, your phones, smart refrigerators. I mean,
yeah, but
now,
how am I going to know when I'm out of milk? The
Oh,
the
don't make
refrigerator
me
has to
slap
tell me
you.
when I'm out of milk.
so, and now in 27, all the new cars are going to come with all this technology with facial recognition and I want to cuss, but
Stay vigilant, everyone.
and on top of that, how many of them, like 14 junkyards have been burned?
All by accident.
Oh yeah, totally.
How long does it take for a conspiracy theory to come true?
What's the difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth? About 6 months.
About 6 months.
So
So, all right. So,
we better wrap
what we
this
have
up
here,
before I start getting mad.
Ed's well said. It's easier than ever now. Many council meetings are broadcast live on cable and web, so there is no need to leave your couch to be involved and aware. 100%. A lot of these things stream live.
Yeah, but do they read the chat?
Well,
As
no.
it's
The
coming
thing
in?
about it is, if you want to just hear about
Or
what's
do they
going
even
on,
have a chat?
well, so here's the thing: you would be able to attend these meetings or watch these meetings, and them say, "Well, there's a vote happening November
Okay.
2nd," and you were like, "Okay, so now I need to go in person so I can do this or that." So it is good to be able to watch this at your convenience, so you can stay informed, and not think you have to be there every week. So. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. That's good information to know. So, just remember, your local government is actually more in control of you than the big federal ones. And that's
Well, that's why I said earlier I think it's more important to vote locally,
right.
because that's an immediate impact. If you get the wrong person in there,
All right.
Yep.
So,
We done?
I think we are done, and yes, we're done.
Okay.
Well, I could just sit here and just run my
I
mouth
know,
for
I know.
a long time and probably wind up getting canceled. So, yeah, sure, let's wrap it up.
You get this show canceled, I'm gonna beat you up. And I'm being nice.
Right.
Well, thank you,
Look at
everybody.
the song
Thank-
"Brainwashed" by Tom McDonald and listen to the song. Yeah, Ronnie, I've actually heard that song before.
Oh, okay.
There's
I've never heard it, I don't think. Well, thank you, everybody in the chat, for joining us. We really appreciate it. It's good to be back, back in the saddle. Maybe we'll come up with a topic next time and we won't be so scatterbrained.
Sure. A topic we won't stay.
Well, we
on.
won't stay on it anyway, so I kind of like doing the rabbit holing. you know,
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, guess that this is we're done. But anyway,
Stay vigilant, everyone. A couple things real quick before you go into yours. Make sure you are checking on your friends.
yeah, yeah, very frequently, and if you know somebody or you yourself, have that kind of problem, talk to somebody. Talk to somebody. And my thing is, if you go to like a therapist or a psychologist or something like that, that's fine. And my personal belief is I wouldn't, me personally, I wouldn't, if I had an issue like that, I wouldn't. I would rather talk to somebody who knows me, and is not going to try and just, here's a pill, And I'm not against that per se. If somebody is taking medications for that and they're working for them, that's wonderful. I am happy for that person. Me personally, y'all know me. I don't like pills. I just don't. So, but yeah, do talk to someone.
Check on them.
If you know somebody, call them up every now and then and say, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?"
Leave no one behind.
Exactly.
So,
Because we all have to take care of each other. That's just the way that it is. We all have to take care of each other in one form or fashion. We have to take care of each other.
be a good human.
Be a good human.
So,
All right.
okay.
And
On to yours.
don't forget to invest in precious metals, brass and lead. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good night, everyone.